Hey guys, it's Yael TV. I have Jeff Teravainen in my bed. It's time for Yael In Bed. Yael here, the big host for the big fans. We've been trying to get you in my bed for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
We're in Toronto, which is where you live and where we shoot Dark Matter. Let's talk season 3. We had a lot more Anders this season, and we got to see a lot more of who he is to Six. Is there any truth behind my theory that Six and Anders were at some point lovers?
You never know. I think there's one person that would know that, and you know who that is. Yeah, Joe hasn't mentioned anything, but you never know, right? Yeah. That's the one cool thing about Anders is that we got to see a lot more of him, but there's so much more to tell. And there was a deleted scene too in the second season.
Is it when they made out?
No, but it just alluded to more things. Like, I mean, it did come out later that obviously we were really close, but you know, for a lot of the time, I don't think people realized that we were really good friends and that sort of thing. So who knows? I mean, maybe there once was something there, you know.
Is there any truth to my theory that now Anders has a thing for 3?
Yeah, he's abandoned 6 and he's off to 3. Yeah.
There's gonna be a spin-off. It's gonna be 3 and Anders and 6. It's called Thrandrix. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, again, maybe we'll see if things work out and Joe makes these things happen.
Let's talk about some other stuff you've been doing. You were in The Perfect Soulmate on Lifetime. You played an abusive husband.
Yeah, he was not a very good guy. He was, but that was a fun part of that is that he was a really good dad. Like they really wanted to portray that, and the girl Haber that plays my daughter, she's so adorable, and I missed my own daughter, so it was so easy to get with her. We hung out all the time off screen and that sort of thing. So. Yeah, he was nice because he was that. Then he was also a cheating machine, and eventually, you know, physically abusive as well. So,
we also got to see you shirtless, which I appreciated. How did you prepare to take your shirt off?
Worked out a lot.
Did you really?
Oh man, I was so nervous about that, but no, just you know, did my usual thing. Maybe did a few more reps at the gym there. But yeah, just because what you see, I've seen 2 versions of it. There's one that's a little bit more raunchier, but...
Well, where's that version? That's not what aired in the U.S.
Yeah, no, I have seen the cut, and yeah, there's a lot more lower stuff as well, but
I'm so upset with Lifetime right now.
I'm so nervous about that. And I remember at the one point, too, they wanted me to just be in a towel, but the towel drops and all that stuff. And I was like, please, I need a body double. I have no bum. But...
That was your concern, is that you have no bum?
Yeah. So, yes. So it was interesting. It was fun.
When you have to play a role that, you know, is kind of a bad guy, how do you prepare mentally to be abusive?
Well, I think it's just like any role. Some people will say that, you know, you always bring something of yourself to it. So in this case, I brought myself being a dad, so he wasn't just one-dimensional bad, but the bad guy was just... It's kind of fun to play someone you're not, right? I mean, that's acting. And this guy was a real jerk, and I really got in that space when I was doing it. But I remember after shooting, apologizing to everybody on the crew, not like I had to, but like I am not this guy. Please, like know me that I am not. Because after when you're done, they wrap you. They always give a big applause. You know, Jeff's wrapped, and I'm like, please don't remember me like this. I'm not this way. I actually ran into Alex, who plays my wife in it the other night, and we were just talking about that because she said, you're such a nice guy in real life. It was weird. But, yeah, it's just fun to, you know, disappear into somebody else.
You do a lot of amazing voice stuff and some video gaming, and you're a big gamer. You're like a big nerd because you're also like a big history buff and reading and games as well. So you're just a big old nerd.
Yeah, I love video games. I mean, that's the reason I have these bags under my eyes today because I was playing too late last night. Yeah, I mean, video games have changed so much too. I say they're like you're interacting in a movie now because the quality of the scripts are so good. And the fact that I get to work in them is unbelievable. Like, you know, you're working in something that you love. I remember when I did a video game called Far Cry 2, and I remember going to London at the time when it was coming out, and everywhere you saw the posters and stuff, I thought, I can't believe I'm part of this. I'm playing one of the main characters in this thing. it was like a a dream come true moment. So yeah, I love doing it. Love playing them. Love working on them.
Are you playing games that you're in? Do you get to watch, be yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I killed myself, I don't know how many times on like Splinter Cell and things like that. It's just fun because, you do these death screams and stuff like that. You have to be killed all these different ways, die in a fire for 10 seconds when you have no voice afterwards. So, but it's just kind of funny playing against your own character and killing yourself and hearing you, dying in agony and remembering that I almost passed out screaming and stuff like that. So.
How did you get into voice work? Because I know that a lot of people are always wondering how they can do it because they find it so interesting.
Yeah, I used to sing. And I used to imitate people. So I'd always, hear someone on the radio like now or something like that. And so I would do it for fun. And when I started doing acting more seriously, I remember saying to my agent, I would love to do this. And I landed my first gig, which was so cool. And then I kept landing things, so I got a proper voice agent, who I always say, Noelle Jenkinson, changed my life because she really gave me an opportunity to quit my normal job and just do full time. Because luckily and thankfully, I've been very lucky with voice. I've managed to make a good career out of it, so that pays the bills most of the times, and I love doing it. And sometimes you do an announcer, sometimes you do a two-hander where you're, for a radio spot or a video game, or I've voiced for the Olympics twice. I'm very lucky.
You also are big on social media, and I know that you post when you're rehearsing or running lines, you have pictures of the people that you're talking to. Yeah. Why? Isn't that creepy to look at this face?
No. I know it looks weird, and it's even weirder when if I'm in my car outside of an audition place, because people will walk by and I'll have these pictures plastered around my car, and I'm talking because I play it to the speaker. But no, it's very. I find it very helpful because when you're running lines with the app I have, you record the other person's lines and you talk back and forth, and then I have an eye line, so I can put, like, I've had Anthony Lemke up there and listen to all that stuff, just from pictures, and I'll put them up there and I'll talk to them, and it gives me something to connect to. You see this on sets where you hear these horror stories where the lead actor is this big actor, and when it's time to turn the shot around on the lesser person, that person will leave and they'll put a tennis ball there, and someone from the crew will read. So, it's just like that, but you have an actual eye. So
when you were working on Dark Matter, Anthony always would just leave and you'd talk to a tennis ball, is what you're saying, right?
No, you know what? I've thanked those guys numerous times, and they're always like, what? Of course I want to do it, but it can happen. Like, I won't say where, but it has happened once with me where, the guy just took off. But it's really... It's so important to have something to connect to, and those guys are amazing. Like, we did that thing for episode 8. Roger was so present on those shots. He had to go somewhere else, but he stuck around just for me to do those, and I really can't thank him enough for that, because it's just easy for me to connect with somebody as opposed to imagining it. Yeah. So
when you do the shots on Dark Matter where we're talking to you through a screen, is that pre-recorded? Are you there?
Yeah, the screen stuff is they put you in front of a wall all of a sudden, and you're talking, and in that case, it's not always the main actor. Like I think it was on episode 8 where I was speaking to the crew, but Roger was there for our conversations, which was helpful. So, again, it's easier, but it's kind of funny though where you're in this fast-paced environment and suddenly they just stick you in front of a wall, this green screen, go like that. So.
I know that we're still waiting to hear what's going on with the next season, but we got a little tease and we heard that somebody from the GA betrayed Six. Do you think that it was Anders? Personally, do you think? Because I know you watch the show. You're a fangirl like everybody else.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I love the show. Again, I'm working in something that I love. So, no, I don't think so. I think that's, what do they call that, a red herring or something like that. I hope it is, because I love the dynamic of his relationship with these guys. I mean, obviously with Six, but now 3 as well. There's something there, and there's something to build on.
There is something there. It's love. It is absolutely love.
Well, they are cute guys, so.
They'd be the cutest couple.
Well, those guys, yeah, anyways.
No, so Thranduils and Thrandrix. It's a thing. I'm telling you, it's real.
Well, let's bring in more people as well.
Yeah, let's throw in two. Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to write this fan fiction later. Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
My pleasure.
I'm so excited you're in my bed.
So excited to be here. Now what do we do?
Well, now we turn the camera off. Bye.